What's up, y'all? I am here with, y'all already know who I'm here with. I'm here with my homegirl, Rhea. And y'all know I love Rhea down. She has been doing my hair for so long. She did my hair for my wedding, my bachelorette trip, my bridal shower. And that's recent. She been doing my hair for a long time. But today we are here because I think it's just fair that the world know who she is. What's up, sis? How you doing, girl?
Girl, first of all, I'm honored. Let's start there. I'm proud of you because she is definitely one of my goal models. Y'all don't know, we keep each other on our toes, but she keep me grounded. So I'm very I'm actually gagging a little bit. She don't know that, but I'm gagging, guys. I am. So I'm excited though, and I'm honored, but I'm excited.
I love her down. So just real quick, let's just tell the people how long you actually been doing hair, licensed, unlicensed, the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, my whole life. Y'all know those little black girls that being growing up in the hood, and they were like, "Yeah, she got it." I didn't know that I had it until I ain't had no choice to find out that I had it. Pretty much. I've literally been doing hair since I was in like 6th grade, for real. And it just kind of all started because my mom is best friends with Auntie Mia, who's a hairstylist. Shout out to Auntie Mia. And she's been doing hair for a long time. And as we were growing up, of course, she would take us to go get our hair done. And one Saturday, y'all, mom was like, I am not doing y'all hair. Y'all not going to get y'all hair done. I'm like, excuse me? I already went to school and told the folks I'm getting a new hairstyle. You want to figure it out.
Right.
So my mom left. And I went in the bathroom. I got in the shower, washed my hair, blew it out. I straightened it, bone straight right. Y'all was fine. And I cut that hair up, and my mom came in and she towed me up. And she said, "I'm going to tie your hair down because you're going to school like that tomorrow." And I thought that she was basically trying to be funny, like I looked a mess or something. Y'all, my hair was fine. Everybody loved my hair. So the next day I came home, my sister's hair still wasn't done. So I'm like, I got to do my sister's hair too. Like, I can't have my baby out here looking crazy. So we got to figure it out. So I take her in the room, sit her down. Man, y'all, my mama not here again. She's not home. So this sounds like an ass whooping is brewing, but it was, and it was okay. But she came home and I braided my sister's hair, braided it up all the way, beads, all that little designs, everything. My mom whipped me again. She said, "Didn't I tell you to stop playing in her hair? Didn't I tell you to stop playing in hair?" I'm like, "But you don't know how to do hair, and we can't go to school looking like this."
Crazy, right?
And so, y'all, the next day, my sister went to school with her hair braided. And when we were leaving from school, my friend's mom stopped me and said, "Who did your sister hair?" Ask her, ask your mom, can I get the information? And I go, "I did her hair." She said, "Can I pay you to do Michaela and Micaiah's hair?" I said, "Heck yeah." And that was in 6th grade. So in 7th grade, my friend Kiara Martin, shout out to TT Sonia, her mom hired me. She was a basement stylist, but one of the coldest I ever met in my life, next to Auntie Mia. And she gave me my first job in 7th grade. And
that's crazy.
We've been just rocking and rolling since. So I did hair all through grade school, through high school. I went to college, got my bachelor's degree in sports broadcasting and journalism. I minored in 3 different subjects as well: Black American history, theater, and sociology. I'm a nerd. However, I still did hair all through college. Came home. I went to Paul Mitchell. Okay. For a year and a half time, maybe 2 because of COVID. There was a lot going on. And it was worth it, of course, because you get to learn the other side of things, different types of textures of hair and things like that. But we've been running this business since business has been running, baby, okay?
And so, it's been a blessing.
It's been a boy. And when the older you get, you learn what those in disguise blessings are, things you don't even know that you're being blessed with. But I was blessed enough to say that entrepreneurship hit me early, even when I didn't know what it was. Even though I didn't know, I thought I was going to be a dancer. I still want to be a dancer. I still want to be an actress, but I enjoy this. Yeah. I get a real kick out of women getting up out of my chair and being like, the baddest little piece of chicken has brewed.
Who's
like,
bad?
I'm here.
Who's bad?
You feel
me? Hear me?
So, yeah, that's a little bit about me, y'all.
That's what's up. So, when you first started, you were just doing braids?
Yeah, pretty much. And like natural hair. And it's crazy because you don't know the science of it. You just know what products are and finishing looks are and things of that nature. So, I didn't know that I possibly could have been doing more. I was just, doing what they needed me to do at the time, what was required of me. So yeah, just braids, and flat irons. Like they, the silk presses they was on. They called it flat irons at that time. But a wrap. I'm sorry. A wrap. I was doing wraps back in the day. So, okay. Yeah.
And you said now since you've grown so much from 2018 to like now, what's your favorite?
Sew-ins. I like sew-ins because I think I like the finished look. I think it's just the batch that comes out of a sew-in. It's like, that's somebody right there. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know who she was or who she thinks she is, but she's somebody. I don't know. Sew-ins kind of relax me a little bit. Mm-hmm. I will be honest. I do get a slight relaxation, I guess you could say, watching the thread go through. Yeah. That's a little weird for me, but I do like, it's like a little therapy session almost, if you will. And then I do like the K-tips now too. Mm-hmm. I will be honest, I do like the K-tips. They are I think I just like seeing the science of it. I like watching it build. I like seeing how you go from one thing to another. So, and I like the versatility of it as well.
Yeah. Okay. So today we're doing a hybrid sew-in K-tip install.
Yes, we are.
So what makes a hybrid K-tip install different than just a regular K-tip or a regular sew-in?
What I've learned is there are two different types. You can have a natural K-tip or a traditional K-tip install that could still be considered hybrid, meaning without the sew-in in the back, and you have the tips throughout. And it's hybrid because of the personalized bonds, which are smaller or more fitting to your hair, of course. Mm-hmm. Also, the hybrid part of it is basically having two services in one. Okay. You're being able to be more flexible. Like you said, let's just put you in the hot seat because we doing your hair. You are going for more of a routine with being able to work out at home and not having to overly worry about your hair. Mm. So not that the first set of K-tips didn't work, but this may match your natural hair more, meaning that you have the flexibility of pulling it up, pulling it down. You need to sweat a little bit more or whatever it is that you need to do, and don't have to worry about the mobility of all of the hair around. Mm-hmm. So the hybrid is kind of it's basically giving you a 2-for-1 special in so many words.
Okay. So I know why I wanted K-tips. Basically, like I have really fine hair, mm-hmm. and so I wanted more fullness. Mm-hmm. But I still wanted the flexibility of being able to switch up my style.
For sure.
Who is the ideal client for this type of service?
Honestly, anyone can be a client for K-tips. However, there is still a length check. There is still a density check. If you can do hair care at home, mm-hmm. and it doesn't have to be major, it does not. That's why you typically get bonds to match your hair texture and curl pattern, because in the event that you don't want to be as savvy at home, that's fine. However, you still have to do some maintenance. Yeah. So you get, your loop brush, things like that. Make sure you're detangling your hair. Make sure you're not just sleeping on it. So if you're not as savvy at home, then no. If you think you're going to do something every 3 weeks, that's not going to work for you. Because it's still your real hair. You mm-hmm. still can touch your scalp. You still need to maintain that. Make sure that it's still very healthy underneath. If nothing else, make sure that you are doing the proper maintenance, not ripping it out, not melting your bonds together, not melting them on your hair, things of that nature. So I would say an ideal client is somebody who's going to at least keep up with the maintenance. That's what you have to do if you're considering K-tips, but you're not as savvy at home with your hair.
Yeah. Especially if you go, if I'm your beautician, your general beautician, your mm-hmm. overall beautician. Don't be messing up my damn canvas.
And then got me out here looking like, oh, she did your hair.
Like, fucking with her. Don't tell people I did your hair when it look crazy.
I tell people all the time, just let me know how we can make it better, because whether it look good or bad, mm-hmm. they gonna ask. Yeah. People will ask, and you typically will tell them, mm-hmm. Yeah, Rhea did my hair. I'm glad that's my saying, but don't be out here saying that if you out here looking like your granddaddy from the 90s now. Don't be playing with.
No, we did talk about maintenance a little bit. Uh-huh. So how long does a K-tip install last?
So typically it is based off the weight of the bond, of course. So also learning that bonds can come in different inches, basically mm-hmm. different thicknesses, density. So you need to make sure, of course, that the bonds are curated to the scalp and the hair that you are servicing. You need to make sure that everything is curated when you're doing the initial installation for your client, because they can last between 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
Also, depending on how fast the client's hair is growing, it also depends on how well a client is taking care of their hair at home. If they are doing the proper maintenance, it's not like that. But some people hair just grow fast.
Yeah.
So it's not that it's not done properly. It could just be because you taking your vitamins and you drinking your water and minding your businesses, and your hair is just growing. So you might just need to take it out. Yeah. However, it could be, oh, okay, we check bonds, some may slip, which is fine. They can either be replaced or not. What you do is you learn from that initial install to kind of, you are measuring a lot of people's hair based off that one install. Because what you do is that initial install being yours, I got to see different mistakes. How to do this, how to do that, how to make this better, how to do this. So for me now, like when Keisha comes, I can say, all right, it may be time for us to replace this whole top half of your head. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because her hair, it may be as fine as yours, but it's thinner than yours. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So typically that is based off fineness, texture, density. Everybody's hair is different typically. Yeah. So there is no one person in the world whose hair is just like the next. No matter how I look, feel, smell, none of that. Nobody's is. So don't let them folks lie to y'all. Because it ain't. It ain't.
Now, with the maintenance, what tips do you have? Obviously, wear your bonnet, wrap your hair. Because you can still wrap it. You can still do all of the things. So, what are other maintenance tips that you typically give?
This is what I tell people. If you have a traditional K-tip install, especially, first off, your loop brush is your best friend, because you still need to be brushing your hair every day. I think a lot of people get it misconstrued that you can't do certain things with K-tips. You can brush your hair. Yeah. Now, combing will give you a little, and it won't even give you a problem. Just use a wide tooth comb. I tell people that all of the time. If you are a person who's a little more hair savvy at home, when you're washing and blow drying your bonds, I just always say heat on cool when you're blow drying. Okay. Heat on as low as possible when you're blow drying, because you don't want to melt your bonds together. Especially with you, let me sneak a little heat on my roots. Because sometimes that's typically what we try to make sure it's intact. Because roots are, they're important to Black women. However, I want them roots. Yeah,
my auntie used to say, "Oh, your roots look like that little black man with his fist balled up," and I used to holler every time.
You got kick bugs back there. So your kitchen nappy, like you know what I'm saying. So it's like one of them things where I always say, and if you need some help, just please call me. Right. Please don't melt the bonds together. I literally will, for my clients, I'm not talking about folks I only see 2 times a year. For my clients, I'll move mountains and we will figure it out. Like we gonna do that every time. So I always say your loop brush, I always say, even when you oiling your scalp, is such minimal amount of oil around the bonds. Yeah. Because oil is typically what will, other than literally just reheating the bonds and taking it out, that the oil will do that.
Make it slip all over there. Yeah.
So, and it's not necessarily even your natural body oils. Sometimes they will, but they're not that heavy. Yeah. Your natural body oils. As opposed to the actual oil that you would use from a store and put on your actual scalp. So, very minimal amount of oil. As far as washing goes, I always tell people, when your hair needs to be washed. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do every day. You don't have to do every week, but when your hair needs to be washed. And when you're washing, I always just say, typically, when you are doing your scalp scrub, try not to scrub your scalp. Don't mess up your bonds. I always say nub it. Yeah. The little finger, the top part of your finger, nub it. You really shouldn't be scratching your scalp for real anyway. You should always kind of nub a little bit. Scratch here and there, but you don't want to hurt yourself. Yeah. But you also don't want to make your bonds get out of place either. So, which is, that's...
You said it's balancing being a bad bitch.
Yes, man.
Got you. I got you.
There's balance, for sure.
Now we talked about potentially melting your bonds together, right? Putting too much oil on your hair. What are the bigger mistakes that you see people with extensions make? Period. Not just K-tips, but just the sew-in.
Wearing the sew-ins too long is not good. I wish people would stop saying. And I just have to get on one of my clients about it. She was like, "Girl, I wore my braids for 6 months. I just had somebody say they wore a sew-in for 6 months.
6 months?
I'm grateful. I am grateful that my work hopes. I am forever grateful. I do not condone that. That is pure foolishness. I don't condone that. I'm sure the underneath was a fool. I'm glad they did not come straight to me after taking that hair down, because
what?
I would have been on their backs, and they already know. My clients know I do not play that. So, and then lying. They be lying. Ooh, they be lying.
What they be lying about?
I did not try to. I don't know why. Look, I don't even know what happened. I tied it down every. Girl, no, you didn't. You ain't tied down or Mr. Man was pulling on it or something ain't right, sis. But I've been doing this for a long time, so I know when you're not properly maintaining your hair. And so I think it's one of those things where what I can say is that take care of your hair how you take care of your body. If that makes sense. As gentle as you are with all of these parts, be like that with your scalp. Because they don't see these first. They see that first. They see this first. So if your hair a mess and granted, and like I said, leaving it in too long, or like I said, not being honest, wearing the sew-in for even 2 months time, which is good, and not washing it. That is not cool. Yeah. Just sleeping on your hair, matting it up, letting it be all matted. I get it. They say if you don't do nothing to it, it'll just grow and all that. That is true. You can't just brush it and put it in a ponytail and leave it alone. But just letting your hair mat up, not doing anything to it, that is not okay. Excessive amounts of oil in your bundles, not okay. In your hair, period, is just not okay. But if we're just speaking on services in specific, yeah, I would say like with the extensions, you just want to be a little bit more on top of yourself, like as far as your hair, your new growth going, things like that. Some mistakes that people kind of undermine, they don't think because bonnets are such a big thing. Every service you can't wear a bonnet with.
Talk about it.
Like knotless braids. I don't ever tell my clients to wear bonnets when they go to bed. Ever. People be like, "Oh, I got a braid bonnet." I be like, throw it in the garbage. Like, I don't care. Like, I genuinely don't care about your braid bonnet, because the truth of the matter is the braids, when you braid, that's your scalp. The base of the braid is your hair. So even now in this back area of your hair, heat rises. If you have on a bonnet and you're getting hot, it's all coming from where all the heat is at, and it's gonna come all right to here. Once them braids start getting loose, well, that's pretty much the rest of the service right there. That's your style. So it's like it kind of a little bit of it defeats the purpose. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time, a silk scarf will do you some justice. Satin will do. Watch this, silk and satin pillowcases. My best friends, all my pillows got silk and satin on them. Even when it's my weave especially, because weave be napping up like booty hair. Yeah. And people be thinking, "Oh, it's just bad." No, it's not. Cotton really just makes hair bad, period. You can have the best bundles in the world. If you go sleep on some cotton, it's over with. It's over, you can put on a pea coat and your hair will eat up. So it's all about just kind of being present in what it is that you have in your head, making sure that you know what you're getting, and stop asking for hairstyles y'all don't know how to keep up with. Woo, please, pretty please. And I'm not saying that. Stop letting the world influence y'all and make y'all think that every hairstyle is a hairstyle. That's basically what I'm saying. Don't get stuff that you typically cannot keep up with, or that you can't monitor, or just make sure it's okay, because first of all, like these ponytails, these high ponytails and all of that stuff y'all be getting, let it go. Because y'all don't know how to take care of them. Y'all don't know how to sleep on them. Not like that, but it's tearing y'all hair out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, a lot of people have been
saying, spots. Yeah. And then y'all come to a person like me and be like, "Can you Houdini this?" No.
So is that traction alopecia, or is it just... It's
pretty much. Okay. And before it gets to alopecia, it's just ripping your hair out. And I know, because I'm an alopecia patient. I have alopecia. So if somebody, had I known, of course, I probably wouldn't have been doing all of what I was doing. I mean, I probably should have just been listening, for real. Because somebody probably did try to tell me, like, you better stop pulling them ponytails. You're going to be mad. However, you know, we girls. And with me, I was learning how to do hair. So I didn't care. I was my first muse. Yeah. I would do whatever. I cut my hair already. The only thing I haven't done was put the dye on my actual hair. I've had a lot of hair colors, but a lot of that came from weed. But I would be my own muse.
Now let's talk about the packages real quick, and not necessarily the cake tip package, but I want to talk into. I'm about to be messy.
Ooh, let's be I'm about to be messy. She know I like it.
Let's talk about the stylists who don't include wash, don't include blow dry. And now I won't even talk about the hair.
Keisha now.
And I'm not necessarily talk about the hair, right? Because hair can be included, not included, depending on the price and all of that kind of stuff. But how do you feel about those those stylists in particular that be like, oh no, you got to come wash part?
I don't feel them. I don't feel them at all, guys. I don't feel them at all, guys, because I don't understand why that. First of all, that's how you know if people with the hair school.
Talk about it.
They ain't be going to hair school because they dirty. Because if they knew that, they know that they want to wash their own clients up. And I'm just being a little quiet because there's other stylists around. But if they knew better, they do better. And that's for real, for real. I never understood how you want to wash somebody's hair and you not certain if it's for sure clean or not. My cleanliness is crazy. Yeah. Like it's crazy when it comes to, especially with your clients. You dealing with people's scalp. I don't know what you got going on at home. I don't know nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure that it's clean because first of all, legally, you supposed to. Yeah. That's a part of your job description. So if you out here and you charging extra for wash and hair and all of that, get your life. Honestly, it really gains great retention. The girls love it. They just come. I just show up. They just show up. I be having like snacks, tequila and stuff up here. They just come. And however they feeling, that's what we do. So I will honestly say I don't feel a stylist who don't include at least the wash. At least the wash. Because in an honest realm and on a more serious side, you want clients to create their environment when they're with you. If they have the ability and the flexibility to just be comfortable coming here, whether they want to sleep, whether they want to pull their laptops out, whether they want to do what we doing, whether they want to watch movies, whatever. I want them to have the space to do that. But I want them to know, like, I ain't got to walk on eggshells around here because my style is going to walk on water for me. So whatever it be. And when they first come in, I know what they thinking about. They think about that bowl right there. Yeah. They ain't think about... They not even thinking about the actual service that's being done because they know that's gonna be good. They ain't thinking about that wash because some people need that. Yeah. And for me, the wash is important because you talking about building client relationships. You give them the time to set the tone. They want to. Typically, I try not to talk when they in the bowl unless I'm talking to them because when they're in that serene mode, when they're that chill and that relaxed. That typically, you don't know what people going through. That might be the only moment they done had to themselves for a while. I do a lot of older women hair who work in business. I do a lot of young new mommies hair who need that moment of escape. So that bowl is my savior. That bowl bring you tips. That bowl bring your clients back. That bowl get you referrals. That wash right there, that do it every time.
I know that's the first thing I mentioned to everybody. Like, oh, who do your hair? And I'm like, I already do my hair, wash, blow, dry, hair included.
Hair included.
Every single time I let them know that because one, I've been here my whole life. I've been in Chicago my whole life. I've only been to maybe one or two stylists where hair not included, and even then I ain't never been back to them.
And see, but the people don't understand. When I say retention, with that hair included, and it could be the smallest. I'm doing a big service for her, right? She's getting like a $2,500 service right now, and she only had to come. Why would I stress you out about finding, unless she said, well, cousin, I got a preference and this X, Y, and Z, and I'll be like, okay, still, let me check it out, because folks just be doing stuff sometimes, so we got to make sure that it's right, but other than that, why stress you out?
Okay, and so then, I think we talked about this a little bit, what's your favorite part of doing installs, period?
I think it's the finished look, because I like I love it like coming together, if that makes sense. Like right now, y'all don't see my excitement, but it's I'm like in my body like acting a fool because I know that I'm eating the installer, but I'm really excited to see what she's gonna look like when I'm done with the install. Yeah. It's not even about me doing it. It's about that smile, that fierceness, that energy that a client could come in here sad and she gonna walk up out of here the baddest bitch there was ever on the planet. Me? No Trina will, okay? Every time. The baddest one. Not Nikki, not Kim. My client. So, not Beyonce either. My client. Every time. So, yeah.
Yeah, so this hair is everything because Rhea did my hair. Hello. But if girls want to be a bad bitch like me, where can they book?
Y'all got Instagram. Y'all got Facebook. Y'all got Christian Mingle. Y'all got Pornhub. And me. And me. HAIRGASSM_. That's on Pornhub too. Okay? Add your girl. It ain't only it is OnlyFans, but it's only hair content on here. But follow it anyway. Hello. Crazy. She's insane. The booking link is in every bio. Okay? Everyone. When you go look for a man on Christian Mingle, just type my name in. It's gonna be right there too. Got it? God is good, and so is the hairstyles. Hello. Period. Hello. Book me and do it now.
Y'all already know what it is. It's y'all Styling Chat here with Rhea. Fucking crazy ass girl. Book. Make sure you follow both of us.
Please do.
And until next time.
And subscribe. Her. Cause what? Put the alerts on. Her. Cause she finna drop that what? Oh. She ain't dropping the baby. So what else is gonna be? Fire.
Did that already. Heat.
Oh, did that. Well, not me. But I'm catching up. Yeah, baby. One day.
Took a year off.
Hello. And now she's back. She cut you.
All right, shout out to them.